Hey folks, welcome to Affective Leadership Coaching and Consulting. My name is Sean Meredith, and I want to talk a little bit about what is coaching and how's it best used. Coaching is a new field that's emerging out of some other industries such as therapy, consulting, training, and mentorship. I think coaching is unique and it kind of sits in between all of those. And I want to explain a little bit about what I mean there. Consultants are individuals who have succeeded at something and they're selling you that recipe. So you can follow that path of success. It's typically manualized and it is a little passive on the implementation end. A lot of time consulting does an assessment and ports that assessment into their plan and leaves you with that plan. So it's great advice. It's a great path. The con side is that path can be a one size fits all. So it can not meet your unique needs, or if you hit stumbling blocks about implementing it, it's always about the process and the product and not so much about the individuals who are implementing it. Therapy, which is a field that I have a lot of experience in, that I come out of, is about that other end of the coin. It's about the individual. It's about the individual achieving goals and working in this world, living in this world. But the field of therapy is one that is based on a medical model, and it's also based on a medical model of brokenness. So typically in a therapeutic situation, somebody's going to have a mental health diagnosis, and it's going to be focusing on some level of dysfunction and getting that dysfunction back to functionality. So again, therapy can be limited because it's really just centered on the internal world, and it's centered on the internal world and a certain level of dysfunction. I mentioned training. Training is kind of consulting light. So training is information. Training is one of the most popular interventions that industries use, business use, people use. And honestly, it's actually one of the least effective. So training, you run into a learning forgetting curve where you'll see that the research shows that after training, people forget about 80 to 90% of the training after a day or two. And it doesn't drive any behavioral change. I think training often, unfortunately, kind of hits a check mark at the corporate level if we've addressed certain things. Mentorship, it's similar to consulting, although mentors are individuals who have the life you want. That might be private life, personal life, and career life. And typically you're kind of engaging with that individual to try to see how they got there, because they're where you want to be on top of that mountain. The challenge with mentorship is that mentorship used to be sort of an informal thing. It's becoming much more of an industry now. People are paying for these mentorships. And again, it is a path and a plan, but it doesn't do that individual work so much. So that's where coaching comes in, that coaching is really about the implementation of all of these things, about actually walking that path and getting to that goal. Coaching often can help you find those goals. If you've used some of these other services to find those goals, what coaching can do is it can help you plot that path. There's this problem we run into where we think about a goal and we get really stuck on that goal, or we get stuck on the step before that goal. So I want to lose 50 pounds. We think about going from 49 to 50 when it comes to losing that weight. We don't think about losing that first pound. Or I want to actualize this business plan, and we get so caught up in waiting to be at that $1 million level that we don't think about, what do I need to do today? So coaching really helps you find that path. Also, what coaching does is it embraces a lot of the techniques in the therapeutic field to help you think about you as an embodied individual in this context and in this situation. And how do you play out in it to get those goals accomplished? So that's an overview. Thanks for checking out the page. Please, by all means, sign up for the newsletter. I do some of these videos and some blogging on some of the business stuff. And I'd love to chat some more if you're interested. Thanks.